Welcome back, everybody, to the next episode of the Big Drink Energy Podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mikey, but I'm coming to you from the future of when we recorded this. We originally recorded this episode in August of 2022 for our third anniversary. It was an AMA, and everybody submitted questions, and we had a great time, with the exception of all of the technical difficulties that we had because it was a live stream, and my computer didn't work, and then my microphone didn't want to work, and then my phone didn't want to work, and Tom's phone didn't want to work, and Alex was the only one with the working computer. So we had a lot of tech issues with this. So it took a longer than anticipated time to edit everything and get it out there. And part of it is because editing was absolutely awful, but part of it was also I was just super procrastinating because I didn't want to edit this piece of shit. Having said that, it's no longer a complete piece of shit. It's I don't know. It's definitely still a turd, but it's no longer as awful as it was. So I'm just giving you the heads up that we're going to have some tech issues. It's not going to sound as nice as a normal BDE. Probably first few minutes you'll hear what I'm talking about, and if you can get over that, you will have a great time enjoying our third anniversary AMA. But if you decide, fuck this, it's not for me, I don't blame you, because honestly, I didn't want to listen to this episode either. I know I'm really I'm really underselling it here, but after listening to it, we did the best we could. I still think it's a great episode. I'm just giving you the heads up. Anyways, here's the episode.
All right, so are we trying to do an official thing? Are we trying to follow the formula, or?
Okay, so I figured it's too late to do like a sample of energy drink tastings, and we didn't get flavors ahead of time, but we all got our own drink. So
Yeah.
I took to Twitter and I reached out to our fans to see what they wanted, and I figured we would do an AMA format. I got a couple questions from our fans, from our listeners. They want to know about everything.
Can I get the first question? Can I, as a former fan?
Yeah, as a former fan, now co-host. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit because I feel like I haven't spoken to either of you in a while. Tom, how was the softball game?
Good. We won. We swept the Limbrook Fire Department. It seemed like they weren't very good. They had their
Too busy
dad.
putting out fires.
One person had their sister, or maybe even that guy's daughter, was playing at one point. But they were nice, and they put up a good fight, and we ended up beating them.
Wait, so did you sweep them, or did they put up a good fight?
They did their best, but we swept them.
Now, when you say swept, how many games were in the series?
It's a 3-game series in the playoffs. You play all 3 games on one night, and we beat them in the first 2 games, so we didn't have to play the third.
Nice. So how far in the playoff bracket are you? Are you in the World Series yet?
That was the first round of 3. Now we're
wow. Okay, you got a while to go.
My man sounds confident. He barely got his feet wet.
Yeah, we made the championship last year and ended up losing. We're a good team.
Yeah, I was a sub. I've played a total of... Oh, no, I never played for the Tacos. I played for the St. John's Intramural League.
You did do that
for that.
But this isn't the Tacos. This is a different team. We're called Sangria.
Oh, no. Well, when I texted you, when you said it was a sweep, I texted you broom, 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 taco goat emojis. You never told me you weren't on the tacos anymore.
I was going to send back asterisk with a wine glass for sangria, but I was like, the spirit was there. I liked it.
So what's the name of your team now?
Sangria. It's after a restaurant. It's actually a block away, or not really a block, a few blocks away from where I work now. I haven't gone there yet, but we're sponsored by them.
This is like sponsored intramural baseball.
Well, the owner is on the team, so I think he just wanted to
that'll do it.
His restaurant.
While we have you, can you tell us a story about how the Colonel's Army came to be and how you dominated that softball league?
I guess I have to answer that question, of course, my own. What's the statute of limitations on theft?
I think it's 5 years, so you're in the clear. I think you're good at this point.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so we were walking home from a college bar that Mike and I used to frequent back in our days. Dollar Beer Tuesday, probably. One of my new roommates, junior year, as we're walking back from the bar to campus, decides to start shaking a flag on the corner of a KFC is it Taco Bell combination? I can't remember what the second one is. Maybe Pizza Hut.
The
Regardless,
combination Pizza Hut Taco Bell.
Well, it's KFC. KFC is
It
definitely one of
was
them.
KFC Pizza Hut.
KFC Pizza
Okay.
Hut. He starts shaking a flag of the KFC. It's like a long, narrow flag that said it's KFC and had the Colonel's face on it. And as he's shaking it, it falls down, and in his drunken stupor decides to pick it up and carry it back with us to campus through security into our dorm. We, we sneak it in, and then I go to bed trying to lay low. Then I wake up the next morning thinking, well, we should probably throw that out. That's evidence in case there's any video of him stealing this thing, and it comes back to us. When I wake up and go into the main living room area, he hung it up along the wall, blocking the door to our kitchen, and we kept it there all year. That was like one of the first weekends of junior year, and he kept it there the following 2 semesters. So,
Well, yeah, why wouldn't you?
so when it came time to think of a name for intramurals, we had a picture of the Colonel, so I came up with the Colonel's Army.
So I asked Tom about the baseball game. Alex, I heard you're taking a class. Catch us up. Tell us about that before we get into the AMA.
Taking a class? I'm taking lots of classes. I went back to school for computer programming.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll be done in the spring probably. Unless I suck at life, but I don't know how that could happen. Started playing Magic again? Question mark?
Nice. I see you on Twitter talking about Magic a bunch.
Yeah, I should probably start doing something with that. I'm kind of torn on starting to create content for it again because it's like one of those things where it's, you know, kind of like a toxic, abusive relationship.
Mhm.
But yeah, other than that, still running the Final Fantasy server.
Oh, you're still doing that? Okay. I thought you were going to have someone take over for you.
I was. He turned out to be a shithead.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So he fucked off to start his own server with blackjack and hookers. And I'm still running this one for now. We're going to do a big code rebase, which will be really good for my resume. Yeah, I don't know, man. I code and play Magic and hang out with my girlfriend. That's pretty much it. So
Nice, yeah. The two of you got a house, you're living together, so that's cool.
yeah, bought a house.
How's Zach?
Not bad. I mean, he's 13, so he's an asshole.
Yeah,
Oh God, Tom, what are you doing? Don't put that. That doesn't go there. I can't hear Tom. Oh, wait, maybe.
I like my earbuds out doing this. Worth it.
Oh, he dropped his earbuds.
Oh, nice. His earbuds.
Yeah, his earbuds.
You're up
it?
past your bedtime, aren't you?
Tom, was it?
You guys have AirPods? I have AirBuds.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they were talking about how their air. Someone can remember the name of it, and someone goes AirBuds, and then they made it like, "Oh, you have golden retrievers in your ears." I think it was one of the newer episodes of How Did This Get Made, and I think at one point Jason Mantzoukas goes, "Oh, what? You have German shepherds in your ears?" And all you assholes who are going to email into me, I know they're golden retrievers. I just couldn't think of it in the moment. So I think that was from How Did This Get Made?
I haven't watched or listened to them recently.
All right, Mikey. So you're considered ask. You asked us about us. What about you, my guy?
Nothing much. Just working a whole bunch. Still doing the bread stuff.
Are you still taking film classes?
I took the summer off. The film classes are going to start again in September. I like that goat, that lamb, that sheep that Tom has. But yeah, we did a whole bunch of Hitchcock movies. I took the summer off. I'm taking classes. It's going to be all on Orson Welles, and that's going to start next month.
Oh boy! So you're gonna start getting old timey now.
Yeah.
Wells.
Yeah.
The Oh man, chat be popping off now. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
I know. Who are these people? Oh, I was about to say,
Oh.
yeah, it's the Drunken Gamers gang.
Nice.
Tom busting out the VR.
What?
Tom's a little preoccupied at the moment.
Grab them titties. That's not the. Oh, there you go. That's better.
Okay, cool. You know what? We all talked about each other. We know what we're doing. We got people in the audience now. So how about you say we get to this AMA real quick?
Sure.
Okay, Tom asked for the first question. So I think anyone could answer this, but I don't know if Alex listens to this podcast.
Okay.
So hold on, let me find it because these are out of order.
I definitely don't. Whatever podcast it is, I don't. So.
Okay, this is from Josh from the Still Loading podcast, which is a fellow Philly-based podcast. There are so many fucking podcasts based out of Philly. They're all awesome.
Wait. When I asked for the first question, I meant to ask, not answer.
Oh, you want to ask a question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. He was from a fan, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm the only one actually drinking an energy drink right now. As this is the best of, I'm asking a question about one of the best episodes, Big Drink Energy Live, the only live episode, other than this one. Is 300 mg's of caffeine a lot? Will I be able to sleep tonight?
that is a lot.
All right. No further questions.
Ambien, because if you have Ambien, you will sleep just fine. Otherwise,
Perfect.
it's going to be a long night.
So
I do not.
Monster, Red Bull, and Venom all have 160 milligrams of caffeine. G Fuel is 300. That's a double the amount of caffeine as a Monster, because that's like a pre-workout. It's supposed to get you amped for the gym, or like amped for like gaming. You know.
There's only two in all of our episodes I remember having 300. It was cocaine and whichever red line it was that made me throw up.
The Red Line Extreme, yeah.
Yeah, that one made me throw up, and that one had 300 as well.
All right, we'll see if this makes me throw up.
I was going to say, all of the bangs that we've done have been 300 as well, but we cut that bang out like really early in the show.
Yeah, fuck bang.
Yeah, fuck bang. So, let's start the AMA, going back to it. This is from Josh from the Still Loading podcast. He asks, as a fellow comedy Bang Bang fan, what are some of your favorite characters to appear on the show?
I can't answer this one.
Mike, I'll let you go.
You're going to let me go? Okay. For a while, I was very basic. My favorite characters were Rudy North, because Rudy's a classic, and it would get outrageous every time. And I also like Gino, because he's from New York, and I know what he's talking about when he talks about I went here, and there. But recently, I think one of my favorite characters, he only appeared once. It's when Paul F. Tompkins came on as the Grizz, because Alex and everybody who doesn't know, this is a podcast where comedians come on and interview other comedians, and sometimes they do characters, blah, blah, blah. And one of the characters is trying to marry British royalty, so he can become British royalty as well. And he wanted to marry like the Duchess of somewhere, but fuck bang, thanks Rick. But it turns out she was engaged to someone, and his name was like Richard Grizzleton, and everybody called him the Grizz. Like, who the fuck is Prince the Grizz? And then they were doing an anniversary episode, and Paul F. Tompkins had a whole nother character he was gonna do, but when they were talking about the British people, he goes, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna wing it." So he just came on like, "Oi, governor," and like put on a really like over the top British accent, and just like, "I'm the Grizz," and then just made the character up on the spot, and I love.
He's apparently losing this internet connection as well. Man, that freeze frame right there, by the way, I gotta grab that so I can put that in my phone for when he texts me. Because he definitely looks like he shouldn't be anywhere near school. Oh, that's perfect. Hold up.
Lost my.
Here we go. Someone call Chris Hansen. Oh, Mikey, you good?
Yes. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
You're back.
You can hear me, but you can't see me. I cannot see you. Yes, I had to switch to headphones. There we go. I had to switch to headphones because my fucking computer sucks.
Did it just turn off?
Yeah, just like it stopped connecting, so I had to switch to my phone. I was a guest on a podcast earlier this week, and the same thing happened. We were trying to record over Zoom, it didn't work, so I had to switch over to like earbuds and talk. But whatever.
Good thing you didn't say earbuds. I'm going to sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
I
thing you didn't
have,
do that.
Yeah, I have whatever these Best Buy ones are. So I don't know when I got cut off, but TLDR, 3 favorite characters. It is the Grizz, uh, Rudy North, and Gino the Intern.
Oh man, what has he got now?
I feel like I came vastly underprepared with all
Yeah.
of these props.
Does Tom just have fucking just like a pile of props off camera? Like, what's going on here?
No, I'm just doing chores.
Oh yeah, no, it makes sense. That's
Yeah.
what I do when I'm podcasting too.
There you go. I'm back. Okay. So, Tom, who are your favorite Comedy Bang Bang characters?
I came very unprepared for this. I can't think of any in the moment. I was deferring to you, hoping we'd just go on to the next question so this way I wouldn't be caught as a fraud fan.
Okay. You want to move on to
Yeah.
You want to move on to the next one?
They gave me this for best props.
Dude, every time your internet connection goes to shit, Mikey, we get more viewers. So I think you just need to go out one more time and we'll be over 10.
Go out one more. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Thoughts
Tom's-
on softball? We did that.
Tom's big flexing on us too. He's like, yeah, I'm just the only one on this energy drink podcast drinking a fucking energy drink.
Yeah, and like, dude, it's 9 o'clock at night. I'm not gonna have an energy drink right now. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Glitch Energy. Who, if you're also a big fan of Glitch Energy and you want to save 10% at checkout, use promo code BDPod. But if I wanted to go get Glitch, I could. But it's 9:30 at night. I'm not gonna have an energy drink right now. So I drank in Arizona, and because we're celebrating, baby. Celebrating that. I don't have work tomorrow. I might throw some bourbon in, so who knows?
Wait, what kind of Arizona do you have?
I just a regular ass Arizona. I already finished it, but I was gonna
just
do
the tea, not like the fruit punch
Yeah.
or anything.
no. I was gonna do ginger and bourbon because that's like my go-to drink.
I do like ginger ale. I usually don't put bourbon in it, but what the hell has he got now?
The Lego Harry Potter kit.
His props
mind
are worth
if I
more
Lego?
than anything I've put into this fucking podcast. Like
You
an
know what?
$80 Lego set just in the background.
And this is wasted because it's the audio medium for everybody who's not tuning in live.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be a terrible one to listen to on Spotify.
I apologize to everyone. But let's see here. I hope Ryan from List Off is still here. I hope we didn't scare him away. But I have questions from him right here. So first off, Ryan from List Off, thanks for listening. He says, "Congrats on the anniversary.
Yeah.
What is your favorite podcast memory? What is your favorite pizza topping? And what is your
And what
favorite
is this an
and least
anniversary of?
favorite?" Yes, what are we celebrating? And what is your favorite and least favorite energy drink and flavor?
All right, there's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah, so let's take it one at a time. Favorite podcasting memory. Alex, you want to take this one? I feel like you didn't answer the last one because you didn't listen to the show.
Mowgli shitting on the floor, not close.
So you're saying we peaked in episode 1? It's just been downhill since the start.
All right, no, that wasn't my real answer. Hang on. So
ED Live.
I guess my real answer would be fuck, it's hard. We've had so many good ones. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm a narcissist.
Yeah. But just
I
like we've done it for 3 years. It's a lot of fun. We've had like a lot of fun times doing this.
I think my favorite one is still the one that we did with Paul.
Biggie Paul's episode
3 or
3,
4?
I think. I think it was Eric was on both 3 and 4, but I don't remember which one Biggie Paul's was on.
Yeah, I just remember I just remember fucking Eric is like, "Oh, well, I gotta go, man. We can't record. My buddy's outside." And we're like, "Fuck you and your buddy. Bring him in here and fucking get him on the podcast. You're not going anywhere."
His whole thing was he had to get up off the table and stop recording to go get the door for Biggie Paul's, and we're like, "Does he not know how to open a door himself? It's unlocked. We left it open for him. Just walk into the office."
Wait, didn't we meet Sandwich Boy because of him too?
Yeah, that we went out to Sandwich Boy later that night at the brewery over in Rock Hill.
Okay, yeah, never mind. I take it back. Meeting Sandwich Boy was the highlight of this podcast.
Now,
Is this your first time eating a sandwich?
so, so when that first happened, I don't know. We came back and we told the story, and we're like, subscribe to us on Patreon for the full story. And then we never set up a Patreon. We never told the full story. Do people know the story of Sandwich Boy?
I feel like you're the one that has to tell the story of Sandwich Boy if that's how it's going, because
Yeah.
that's your thing.
So we finished recording episode 3. We're all at the office. Eric invites his friends over, and we decide it's a Friday night. We decide we're gonna go out to the brewery afterwards, and we're gonna hang out. Alex, you remember the name of the brewery in Rock Hill?
Legal Remedy.
Yeah, so we went out to Legal Remedy in Rock Hill, and it's me, Hannah, Alex, Tori, Eric, Biggie Pauls, and Brett Kavanaugh. I think that's his name. And
I think his
we
last
get
name
there-
actually
Supreme
is
Court
Kavanaugh.
Justice?
No, I think his name was like Branivaw or Bradigan. It's just no one can remember it. We only met
It
him
was
the
like
one.
it was the dude broiest name you've ever heard in your life. I
Yeah.
remember that.
It sounds like if you were drunk and you said Brett Kavanaugh as like one word, that would be the name of it. And just starts with the toast of the big. Okay, but so what we did was Brett Kavanaugh was there, and he's plastered. He's like blasted at this point, and like
He shows up drunk.
Shows up drunk. It's like just like Alex. There's a stream. If you can click show stream, so everybody can see it. It's the picture of the Doodles.
Whoa!
This is the Doodles.
They don't know about the Doodles. Tori would be pretty triggered right now, though.
Is Mike still here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's here.
Can you not see
Mike.
me?
Can you explain what song it was we just recorded after this?
Oh,
They're not
man, we're
songs;
now
they're
in a,
experiences.
yeah, their experiences. We're
Don't
now in
label
a
us.
story within a story. I don't remember what experience was this. I remember that's Michael Chirichella's house.
Wow, that's amazing memory. Yep.
You went to Michael Chirichella was the only place I would ever go to parties at. So like it's like I remember that specifically. It was Michael Chirichella's house, but I don't remember what experience we recorded. Do you?
The world will never know then. We'll have to save that for our deluxe edition of our next album.
He was
They were
clearly
not
drunk, so
albums.
he doesn't know
We're not
either.
experiences.
Yeah.
Don't label us.
Don't label us. God, this is the most ADD episode ever. So, back to Legal Remedy Brewing, Rock Hill. Brett Kavanaugh, fucking blasted. We order food. He's the only one who's drunk. It's like 6 p.m. We just got there for dinner. And so what he's doing is we get there and he orders like a hamburger or like a grilled chicken sandwich or something. And my man, he's sitting there falling asleep at the table. He's like, oh. Like he's holding the sandwich. He goes to take a bite, and then he remembers he didn't put any ketchup on it. So he puts it down, and then takes the ketchup bottle, opens up the bun, puts a little bit of ketchup on it, and then I shit you not, takes the ketchup bottle and pours it over the entirety of the top half of his hamburger or his sandwich. He then flips it over and pours it on the entire backside. The thing is now covered, like 100% covered with ketchup. And he tries to grab it with both hands, and he goes to get it, and a combination of him falling asleep, being drunk, and it covered in ketchup, it keeps slipping out of his hand, and everybody's just like sitting there, like snickering and laughing. And then I just go, huh, I remember my first time eating a sandwich, and everybody thought that was really funny because the experience is so wild. And then that's like a Friday night. So I come back to work on Monday, and everyone's like, oh, Mike, what did you do? What did you? I'm like, I don't know. What did I do? And then it turns out Brett Kavanaugh now wants to fight me because he thought I was making fun of him the whole night.
You were, but rightfully so. He couldn't eat sandwiches.
Yeah. But it wasn't like I was calling him like a dumbass or anything. I felt like that was a very like innocent joke to make. I wasn't being mean or anything.
Well, yeah, but he was drunk, so everything's turned up to like 14 as far as aggression goes.
Yeah.
I wish I could have saw that fight too. I wonder who would have won because like he was only like 5.5 feet tall, but then again,
Yeah.
you too. So like,
Yeah. But he
I
was
don't
also
know.
super drunk, and I was like stone cold sober at that point, and I was amped on energy drinks because we came right from recording.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you had the monkey in you for sure.
Yeah. Do you remember that
That was
time? It was the episode we did. I think it was episode 7. We recorded it on Veterans Day. The office was closed. You and I went in, and then Steve-O just let himself in mid-episode, did a phone call, and then left. And like we had
That
plans
is
to all meet up and record.
no. That is not what happened, motherfucker.
100% what happened.
That's not what happened. We made plans, and both of you motherfuckers tried to bail, but then I convinced you to show up, and then Steve-O, who had already bailed, just decided he was going to show up randomly, even though I didn't know he was coming. I thought he bailed.
Okay, that's not true. We were going to record the episode of Shred White and Blue where we talked about most recognizable fictional cars with Mike Roberts. Mike Roberts and Steve-O bailed. I got to the office at 10 a.m. like we were
No,
supposed to.
You
to
fucking
record.
did not.
You did not wake up. I was at the office by myself for an hour before you even woke up.
You did fucking not. You had to go to lunch with your grandma.
Afterwards. And the whole episode is you kept making jokes that you were going to unleash me on grandma, and I'm fucking amped on 400 milligrams of caffeine. That's what I was going to bring up.
A lot of drugs. I don't know.
Yeah. So favorite podcasting memories. Tom, do you have a favorite podcasting memory, either as a fan or newly crowned co-host?
Big Drink Energy Live, man. The fans loved it. The feedback was incredible.
What was your favorite episode before that?
As much as I was talking bad about Eric before, but I think his first episode really added something to the experience that the show was lacking before.
Yeah.
It added some chaos. I didn't know where it was going.
That really is just the essence of who Eric is as a person. Just
I remember correctly, after listening to the 2 Eric episodes back to back, Tom texts me and goes, "The Eric being on the episode makes it so much worse, but the episodes are so good."
It makes it so much worse, but so much better at what it's trying to be.
No, the opposite. It wasn't like before this. It was so seriously about talking about energy drinks, and then once he was there, you guys weren't talking about energy drinks as much, but it was a lot of fun.
That's Eric for you.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Even working with Eric, same thing. You don't get a whole lot of work done, but it's at least entertaining while you're there.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Apparently, I don't know if I ever told you this, Mike, but apparently I was his manager somehow at some point, even though that was never announced in any type of capacity.
Yes, and then that's what they used to let you go, because technically, like, they didn't have to pay you because you were management and no one ever told you.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, management's all taking a pay cut for COVID," and I was like, "Motherfucker, I'm not a manager. What are you talking about?" Apparently, I was Eric's manager, but if I had known that, boy, things would have been a little bit different. But he was probably the worst salesman I've ever met, because he's just got the attention span of a fucking ant. But if you could get him to talk to somebody on the phone, he'd always get him. He was great in that one moment.
Yeah, he's very personable.
Yeah, super. He was like the opposite of Claude, who I feel like we've talked about Claude enough on the podcast. People know he's like a recurring character. But Claude, that motherfucker was smooth.
Yeah.
And
he was this 60-year-old, almost 70-year-old man from the Bronx. So like he grew up like in like when
Schmoovin'.
New York he grew up when New York had that funk. So he's just like a smooth talker. He's like everyone's best friend. He could literally sell you anything. Claude's the man.
Yeah, he had the schmoves for sure.
Yeah.
And him and Eric used to get into it a lot because they're definitely different worlds colliding, if you will.
Yes. So Eric is like this kid from the South who this was his first job out of college. He thinks he's hot shit. And Claude's been in the game for like 40 years. He's been around the block. He's like, "Bro, you got to listen to me. You don't know shit." And Eric's like, "I went to school. You got to start respecting me because you think I'm a kid." And he's like, "Well, you are a kid. You're like 20.
Those two loved each other by the time all was said and done, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man. If Claude hears this, shout out to Claude, man.
Shout out to
That's on
Claude.
Claude. Claude, please sponsor us.
Yeah, Claude
Claude.
sponsors. He's the only one that still works there, I think. So
Is he? That's cute.
yeah, I think so.
We have 2 more questions from Ryan before moving on. Favorite pizza toppings? God, Tom the Madman.
Grilled chicken.
That's what's up. That's what I get on my Domino's. I get grilled chicken and I get Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah,
Buffalo
let's go,
chicken.
Dommies. All right, a man of flavor. I respect it.
So
The salad slice is good.
So we all agree on chicken, top tier pizza topping. I can get behind that.
Top tier food, just in general,
Yeah.
really.
Top tier
And,
bird.
Yeah,
It's one of the only ones
we-
I believe is real.
we should start a new podcast where we just rank birds. Like every episode, just like, all right, pigeon, chicken, Argentinian bluebill duck. Rank them.
Why? They're all mechanical fucking surveillance units. Who gives a shit?
I think you said chickens were real.
Except for chickens.
Maybe.
They're for eating.
The Argentinian bluebill duck has a 14-foot corkscrew penis that when he gets excited, it comes out of his body and extends to be 14 feet. I don't think you realize how big a 14-foot dick is. I'm 6 foot. That bird, that duck that's this big, his penis is bigger than 2 of me. Me standing on my head, 2 of me. It's bigger than that. That's
Could you
mind blowing.
stand next to a banana for scale?
Let me.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Do I have a banana?
I've never actually been to his house, so until I've been there, I just assume that it's like a hobbit hovel.
Oh, this is his bedroom.
This. Yeah,
I thought this was the
is
basement.
It is the basement.
I was about to say, I normally sleep with all my power tools right nearby. This is my good old saw. I
What do
keep
you
this
have
in
a
the
saw
bedroom.
for?
Dude, I have a house. I have like house projects and shit. I got like a whole workbench. I got like power
Motherfucker,
tools and shit.
I own a house too. I don't have a saw.
Dude, hold on. I have so many saws. Got so many
What?
drill. Yeah, dude, I got mad saws. I got this hand circular saw for cutting things. I got
His
this,
last name is Mesa. He's got to build tables.
I got this one that
yeah.
looks like a machine gun.
See, no. The only drilling that goes on in my house happens after dark, so
I get that.
He also has a machine gun that looks like a drill.
Yeah.
do you have a nail gun, Mikey?
No, I have a staple gun. I have
Man.
an air
Black
compressor, and then I have a staple gun
Keeping
that
the
attaches at
listeners
the
on
end
their
of that.
toes. Starting
Nobody
with
saw that coming.
no.
What was the other part of this question? I forgot.
Last question: favorite and least favorite energy drink and flavor.
Least favorite birthday cake bang.
I could. Yeah, well, actually, I think we should answer this both questions with one answer. Birthday cake bang.
Yeah, birthday cake.
No. I
First
have a
sip, last
legitimate
sip.
number one.
Every other sip.
Because like
What's
number one is
legitimate?
obviously fruit punch venom. In fact, isn't number one on our entire podcast history tier list the fruit punch venom?
I think it's. Hold on. I will tell you. I think it's tied. Actually, it's some venom flavor, but
Fucking shout out to KDP and Venom.
let me see here. Episode ranking. So
This is awkward. I don't even follow our Twitch channel.
Okay, so of the 3 Venoms that we had the first episode, the Black Mamba, which is the
base one?
So Black Mamba came in at 2, Fruit Punch came in at 2.333, Mango came in at 1.666.
And you can hear my creaky ass door.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Isn't it awful?
I'm here to play Mowgli and shit on the floor.
is that Tori?
Yeah, she's making fun of your mustache.
Yeah, I bet she is.
That was the first thing she did. Is she pointed to her upper lip and went, "What the hell was this?"
It's hip. It's the thing. I don't want to be a boomer anymore. Yeah, and I was told that Zoomers are doing this now, so here I am.
Yeah, I mean,
You're neither, though.
yeah, exactly. You're not a Zoomer or a Boomer.
Okay, how are you gonna? The first time I realized I was a boomer, I'm walking in the park with Hannah's little brother. He was 7 at the time, and he was telling me how Minecraft was his favorite video game. And I told him I've never played before, and I said, "How do I Minecraft?" And this stranger child, I've never met him. He wasn't with us. He was just also in the park. He was like another 7-year-old. He turns around, looks at me, and goes, and then rolled his eyes at me and walked away. And at that point, I realized I'm old. I'm no longer with it. So
You did. It's about how you asked that question.
So I'm hoping the mustache makes me with it.
It doesn't. It just makes it so that you'll never have to interact with the child again because you're not allowed to go near their school.
Perfect. That's the plan.
Now we won't get in that situation ever again.
Yeah, that's just avoiding the situation. That's not solving it. God, you look like a young, strapping Rick Astley.
I'll take that, especially because he had strapping.
What choice did you have after what I just said previously? You have to take that. That's a huge up from there.
So I have another question. This is from a different Ryan this time. This is from You Gotta Eat That Crust.
Okay, so not the one we used to work for.
No. Congrats. What's been the most difficult challenge as a podcast coming into year 3?
Podcasting.
Getting on the show.
To say, yeah, this episode right here tonight, most difficult.
What's been the most difficult part about podcasting? Podcasting.
Right now.
Being good at it. Being even mediocre at it.
Mike moving away from both of us.
Are we going on an adventure, Charlie? What's going on here?
I have to get my phone charger because my phone is dying. Because now that I'm on my phone and not Discord.
Are we gonna see Dash and Dana right now?
I demand dogs.
Dana? See the dog? Okay. Dash, come here. Oh yeah, who's good boy? Oh my.
I say Dana. Is it Dinah? I don't remember.
It is Dinah.
I called her Layla earlier. So.
Hi, hello everyone. Oh my goodness. Hi, yep. Special appearance of the
Dash
dogs.
Is still an asshole.
It wouldn't be an episode without the dogs making an appearance.
I still have the picture of me sitting at your desk with them taking a shit as your computer background, drinking a White Claw after I got off work one day.
Yeah, and it was perfect because I took it wide angle and they were each taking a shit at the same time, and I had 2 monitors, so each dog took one screen.
I will say that was one of the only jobs that I could get wasted on the clock. I do miss that part.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like I was getting wasted like a degenerate. I was getting wasted with the owner of the company, so it was fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. All right, I'm Baja Blasted now.
Wonderful.
We've completed 1 Baja Blast.
Okay, so thank you, Ryan, for that question. Turns out podcasting in general and this episode.
Being funny.
Yeah. Next question. Weirdest place you've taken a poop, and that's courtesy of Stinky Paul from the Don't Touch Me There podcast.
The Don't Touch Me There podcast?
I'd have to say it was in the Don't Touch Me There podcast studio.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Wait, Mike, why are we looking at your ceiling? Question mark?
My ceiling. Yes, I have to get an extension cord.
That doesn't answer the question.
Now.
Oh, I have my phone. My phone's at 3%, so I have it plugged in right now, and it's not long enough to reach where I'm sitting, so I have it plugged into the outlet as I get the extension cord, so I can extend it.
Fucking casual. Talking about how you have all these saws and you don't have outlets everywhere in your house. Come on.
No, my house has a weirdly low number of outlets, and I hate it.
Well, it's time to start installing more, man. I don't know.
That's like a whole thing. I can do that. I know how to install outlets. When I was after I quit Carolina Shred when I was unemployed, I did electrical work for the summer.
What haven't you done?
Not much.
You're upside down.
You're upside down.
Oh, yeah, you're gonna have to. It's an audio medium. Who gives a shit? You're gonna have to deal with this one.
We're just gonna have to be fine with it. It's cool.
The only people that have to worry about this are people watching the stream. Everybody listening at home tomorrow, no issue whatsoever.
Mike, I fixed it.
That mustache makes you look like you direct amateur porn.
Needs a newsboy cap to complete the look.
Yeah, you really do. Like, I'm surprised that your basement is not a dungeon.
I mean, have you seen it?
He has not.
Yeah, he's got a saw, so I mean.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, Alex, weirdest place you've taken a poop?
Weirdest place I've taken a poop?
Yeah.
In an ambulance?
Huh. Okay.
I only kind of remember it because I was blackout drunk. So.
Why is everybody upside down now?
Yeah. Wait. Why is Tom? Yeah. Why is Tom upside down?
Solidarity?
I was going to say, if anything, if we're both upside down, maybe you're the one who's upside down.
Yeah.
Well,
Now
yeah.
can
I
see
mean,
Mike going away.
rule of averages says yes. That is correct.
Could you, on OBS, just rotate the whole screen 180 degrees to make us right side up?
Almost definitely. Transform. Rotate 180 degrees. Let's go.
Perfect. And you don't have your screen showing, so who gives a shit?
Yeah. God, this is a great podcast. What the fuck are we doing?
All right.
How are we not basically Joe Rogans right now?
Eee.
Except
I
without all the weird anti-women shit.
Thanks.
Yeah. So,
I don't know.
weirdest place.
I think our prop comedy is going to really elevate us to top tier podcast.
That's
Yeah.
true. We have the fucking prop master over here. He's at like $10,000 worth of props just right off screen. Just ready to go at any time.
I wanted to, for a while. I was listening to the SNL. I was listening to the history of SNL audiobook, and I thought I'm funnier than all of these people. So I started coming up with sketch ideas for Who's Cooking Dinner, which was a sketch show I wanted to film and then put it on public access and be like the Chris Gethard show because it's punk rock to be free on public access. And I was thinking it would be fun if we got all the funny people we knew, said go into a dollar store, spend at most $10, get props, and then we'll write sketches around whatever you picked up and we'll make it work. But I thought of that during COVID, so clearly that hasn't happened.
I mean, how many funny people do you know? Because you have to have a whole Click Clan and crew for something like that, right?
I was about to say, I know one other funny person who's not in this call right now, and that would be Mark.
Wow, you're not even going to list Eric as the one of the funny people?
Okay,
I guess
so
I guess you have to be intentionally funny to be on this list then.
I think I texted Tom this. One of the sketches I had for the for the sketch show, we have a friend who he's a good kid. He tries to cook dinner, but he can't. And Eric tries to cook dinner, thinks he can, but he can't. And I was going to sit the two of them down. I was going to have Eric interview Andrew, and I was going to tell Eric, you need to be as over the top as possible because that's the shtick. And I was going to tell our friend Andrew to play the straight man, and it was going to be the most awkward conversation ever imaginable. And it was going to be like an unironically bad version of Between Two Ferns.
Oh my god. Just like you could cut the autism with a knife. Oh shit, I'm gonna get canceled. Uh-oh.
Just 80% of it.
That's fine.
Yeah, I just you can take the 80% out of me. That's okay.
Fantastic. That means I can give out the cards, but I don't know if I'm allowed to use my own, you know? Like
Here, I have a question from Dave, who was previously in the chat before he had to go record his own podcast tonight. What's one drinkable item you would try from a video game?
drinkable item from a video game?
Yeah.
The fairy from Zelda.
Hmm.
I don't think you drink it, but it's sort of Floats around.
It comes in a bottle.
I mean, I was gonna say the fucking milk from Majora's Mask. So
That's what the Lon milk. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
That was my answer.
yeah, so there you go. I like how we all immediately went to Zelda though.
Zelda has like very recognizable jars of stuff. It makes sense.
That's true. If you can jam it into a bottle, you can drink it.
All right, Dave. We would drink Zelda. Thank you, Dave from the Drunken Gamers. So Dave from the Drunken Gamers, another member of the Drunken Gamers, Red Fox, who's also from 9 of the Living podcast, he asks, what kind of energy drink would the cast of the original Mario Kart drink?
I mean, I feel like they'd all be glitch drinkers.
Even Glitch?
Yeah. You can get some of that too if you use BDE pod at checkout and give us, a little bit of a kickback.
That's crazy. I was thinking Glitch too. Glitch, thanks for sponsoring us.
Yeah, thanks, Glitch.
Dang.
Okay, so
I don't know if
maybe
there's any
this
shame
is-
in this plug.
Would
Would anybody like to put a little more stank on it?
because they're sponsored, but my first reaction was Luigi, everybody would be drinking Glitch. Luigi would have G Fuel.
Ooh.
Luigi.
Wait, wow. Just to be different, He doesn't want to be like Mario?
No, Luigi Fuel.
Oh,
Yeah,
Luigi.
Okay, Tom.
Well, they'd have to drink
Um,
Red Bull to get Glacier Shell because it gives you wings.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
to
Oh, man,
get from
my answer's terrible.
Koopa Troopa to Paratrooper?
I don't know if they were in the original one though. Were they?
They were not. I think they showed up in Double Dash the first time. But
If we're,
now
if
that
we're being real, Double Dash is just really the first Mario Kart. Come on.
now that you say that, I like to imagine a Koopa Troopa in Bowser's army. He kills a whole bunch of people, gets promoted, and then when he becomes a Paratroopa, Bowser just like, here, drink this Red Bull, and he gains wings, and that's his promotion.
There you go. That's a webcomic right there.
Yeah. But thank you, Red Fox, for that question about Mario Kart. Shout outs to Red Fox, who showed up to the very first indie podcast.
Was he in the Mario
gaming-
Kart tournament?
He was. He came. I'm pretty sure he came in last place. I'm pretty sure he sucks ass at that game.
Let's go. Shout out to that guy being terrible at that game.
And Ryan, who was here, who asked the first set of 3 questions, he ended up winning the whole thing. Ryan's like sick nasty. We had
Oh,
someone
man.
who was like recorded himself running a track backwards from memory. Like he wasn't looking at the screen. His back was to the TV, and he came in first in that race. And Ryan still kicked his ass.
I mean, I can do that with like Dance Dance Revolution songs and stuff, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, it blew my mind when one of my friends did that with Guitar Hero. Like he changed the input and then we turn it back
Dean?
on. Yeah. Dean.
Yeah,
you know,
he's really into Ninja Turtles.
he is. Well, at least he was.
He was.
He had stickers of them in his basement. It was really cool.
We Mark and I wrote a song one time called "The Legend of Dean," and we also wrote a song called "The Hackathon of Raoul McGee."
Was it a
But-
song or an experience?
Those were songs.
Okay.
Those were songs. But
Oh wait, Tom, you're
No.
the biggest fan is here. You got to show her a picture of the doodles.
Oh yeah, did you
No,
see
thank
it?
you.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You don't even have to flip your camera over.
She said no thank you.
No, she doesn't mean that. Of course, she wants to see the doodles.
Just the avant-garde sound experience, not any euphemism doodles, please.
all right, let's see here.
Yeah, you're not a band. Don't label them.
I said
Don't
avant-garde
label
sound
us.
experience for children.
That's a label. It's just a really long one. Don't label them.
Moving on, the next question. It's just, what's the most interesting fact you know? And this is from this is a little bit of a mouthful, but this is from
I feel like we should have
DreamWorks
been prepped for
Minions.
these questions.
You should have been what? Prepped?
We should have been prepped for these questions.
Defeats the purpose of an
so
AMA.
irrelevant.
The most interesting fact you know, and that comes courtesy of DreamWorks Minions: The Rise of Gru needs more fellatio.
What kind of fucking Twitter handle is that?
I don't know.
Did you hear that?
No, I can't hear shit.
It was. Read it to me again, Mikey. Jesus Christ.
DreamWorks Minions: The Rise of Gru needs more fellatio.
How can user names even be that long?
Right. This is new information to me as well. Man, what was the question again?
What's the most interesting fact you know?
That's now the most interesting fact that I know.
That Twitter account exists.
That movie needs more fellatio. Like, was there like a non-zero number of fellatio currently? Because it didn't say that it needed fellatio. It said that it needed
It needs
more.
more.
So that implies that there was some in there.
I have not seen it, but I'm pretty sure it's an animated children's movie. I guarantee you there's zero fellatio.
Well, shit. Fucking Little Mermaid's an animated children's movie. There's fellatio in that movie.
Do any of you know the the lore of the Minions?
I don't even know what a minion is.
Yes,
So
you do.
the Minions, he just likes to be contrarian.
Huh? No, I had no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, so the little yellow blobs in overalls.
Oh, the one that the boomers make memes out of? Okay, I know what that is.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So the Minions, they're literal minions of the. They're attracted to the most evil person on the planet. So in the first one, they become the minions of like a T-Rex as they terrorize cavemen. They follow Napoleon.
Yeah,
Blah
okay.
blah blah. They follow Gru, who's now the most current bad guy. But the thing is, to avoid any issues of, were the Minions involved in World War II on the wrong side of history? Their lore is they got trapped in ice, a la Captain America, and were just frozen for the 40s, so they were not involved with Hitler, and then they became unfrozen later on.
And that's canon.
But every other tragedy in the world they were involved in.
Yes, like there's a canonical reason they were not Nazis, but
they are
maybe
Nazis,
they
but
were
all that
involved-
other bad shit, they did that.
Yeah.
So, like Stalin, they were 100% part of that. Jeez.
Okay, so my most interesting fact is that the Minions canonically are not Nazis, and Alex, your fact is the fact that this Twitter account exists.
That the movie needed more fellatio, yes.
Let's see what else we got. Okay. If you were all in a cage match, who's winning? And that's courtesy of Rick Firestone from Pixel Project Radio, who was in the chat earlier and let us know only one audio was working.
Our fans are winning because they get to watch a great match.
I mean, I can tell you I'm going out first. So,
Really? I had you winning.
nah. No fucking way. You guys are skinny and probably agile. I'm fat and out of shape. You guys got my number on that one.
Dude,
Cage
you hit
match.
me once, I'm down for the count.
I'm never going to catch up to you. You're so fast and squirrely. Yeah,
He's moving that fast. Listeners at home, Mike just moved incredibly fast.
Sonic Underground's everything.
Want to see him do it again?
He's hitting us with a live and learn right now.
Okay, let me look here because you say Sonic Underground, and that reminds me. I'm gonna look up our stats real quick because I started re-releasing old episodes on the main feed.
Mike, you're upside down.
Yeah, okay. I started releasing old episodes on the main feed, so I've released both episodes of Own Two Heroes, The One Mightiest Quack, and I'm in the process of releasing
Quack.
the 2 comic book. Yeah,
See,
the 2
Rick
comic
knows
book
what's up.
interview
Live and learn.
podcasts. Rick's still in chat. That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah,
He just shouts "live and learn."
that song bangs.
So, Thomas, we need to. So we have all the BDE, and I have like their viewer count and everything. But of like the 5 pilot episodes that I put out of like one-off podcasts, of the 5 of them, the Mightiest Quack has the most listens out of all of them.
What?
Yes,
Were
I
you
guess
filling a
the
niche?
the Mightiest
Yeah.
Quack has one more listen than the next highest episode, which is one of the video game episodes, and then it's the second video game episode, and then the comic book one. So people want more Mighty Quack.
Wow.
I have a
guess we
question.
Yes.
You say that it's the one that's most listened to, but I noticed that you left out the number of listens.
It's
too
sitting
long
at
of a
20.
number to say.
At
I'm
20?
gonna peek behind the Iron Curtain real quick. 20 people have listened to Tom and I talk about the 1996 Mighty Ducks cartoon on Disney Plus.
My mom, my
20.
dad.
Wait,
18
how many
family
people listened to
members.
episode 1 of BDE?
I will tell you. Hold on. That's like in the 50s, I think. Which, all right, I'm gonna. Yeah, Back to the Bang, 58 listens.
Jeez, 58.
Back to the Bang is our most listened to episode, which I know some podcasts don't like giving out their numbers, but it's the average episode. Peek behind the curtain. You tell me. I'll go ahead and give you our 5 most popular episodes.
All right, let's go.
Number 1, episode
Back to
1,
the Bang.
Back to the Bang.
Number
2, episode 20, Fucked Up on Bucked Up. That's the one I did with Ambi Sinister of the Melee Stats podcast.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
You said that was number 2?
That was number 2, and that's a recent one.
Yeah.
Number 3, episode 18, Dirty Monster Cumrag. That's the one Alex and I did with Drew from North Carolina, the Donkey Kong man.
Yeah, the TO.
Yeah, the TO.
Dirty Monster Cumrag is what you named it?
Well, yes, that's all of these are like direct quotes from the episode, and Drew said he would name his energy drink flavor Dirty Monster Cumrag.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah. Number 4, episode 15, BDE Live. Thanks, G Fuel.
Let's go!
BDE Live.
Yeah, BDE Live. And then coming in 5th place, episode 13, Legend of the Lost Venom.
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
That
Fun
should also
fact-
win the award of best episode title. That makes me want to listen.
It's a good
That-
episode.
That is my pick for favorite episode. Just like that's, I think that's the best episode we've done.
I disagree. I think the best episode we've done was one of the ones.
Yeah, I agree. It is BD Live. Yeah, you're right. Don't you even have to say it.
Yeah, no, he's right. It's BDE Live. The second best one that we ever did was one of the ones with Steve-O. I can't remember which one it was. I don't know why, but that was like our best, like, technically correct podcast. You know what I mean?
That was number 5. That was the first Venom episode we did, because it was a good
Yes.
combination of Steve-O being professional, knowing mic etiquette, but also us being funny.
Yeah.
But I think the reason Legend of the Lost Venom is so high in my mind, because I consider it a continuation of that. It's the only one where just like, you need to listen to a previous episode for that one to make sense. It's the only one with like a narrative. Because we literally spent 2 years trying to find all of these Venom flavors. This show would not exist if it wasn't for, like, finding Venom in bumfuck North Carolina. Like, this show is because of Venom. So I think, like, that whole culmination, that journey, that's, like, really important to me, and I think it's important for the podcast.
The craziest part about the whole thing with Venom, too, is that, like, the podcast started because of it, yeah, but, like, you didn't know it was even good when you bought them the first time. And it just turned out to be just absolutely lit.
Hold on, I'm going to show you my stash real quick. So I called the 800 number the other day trying to find Venom. And they said you got to check Dollar Generals. I'm like, I check all the Dollar Generals. They're not there. I'm at Dollar General the other day trying to get soda and popcorn for movie night because we have an outdoor projector now.
Yeah.
And I checked the energy drink section. Nothing. It's like Monsters and Red Bulls at full price. I turn around a couple aisles over in the tuna aisle with the fish, cans of tuna. They have, in the tuna aisle, they got fucking Venom. Look at this. They got the whole stash. I cleared it out.
We can't see anything. You're not pointing your camera at them.
I bought every Venom they had. I cleared out the store.
As
Is that
a
your
Twitter
special? That's
follower
in
of
G
yours,
Fuel right there too.
I saw this. I liked your Twitter post about this.
Yes. I have, I'm going to, a little sneak peek of what we got in store. I got Mortal Kombat G Fuel. It is the Scorpion and Sub-Zero flavors.
Wow, little tease for our fans, huh?
Yeah, for season 2.5, season 3, the Crimson Tears, which I did on the Ryan episode where we talked about. It's the most recent BD. It's called
That's
Elden
is
Ring
that,
and the Night Market.
yeah, that's the Elden Ring
I
one.
still have to finish that. I haven't beaten that game yet.
That was Alex's favorite. That was so good. He texted. He put in the
I mean,
Discord.
the
He goes,
game, not the. That,
"Oh,
I
not
finished
the
the
episode."
episode. The video game I have to beat still.
Ryan goes, even though I'm not Ryan. Alex goes, even though I'm not on this episode, I think this might be one of our best episodes. So go check that one out.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Stackers B12. I bought this because it has 10,000% your daily dose of vitamin B, which I think is ridiculous.
Enjoy pissing that out.
Yeah. I have not one, but 2 different flavors of cocaine.
You have 2 of the cocaine flavors that we didn't have. I think the
No,
only one
we've
we had
only-
was the red one, right?
The red one. I found a gas station that had all 3 of them. The red one and then those 2. And then I have 2 energy drinks. They are like the Aldi equivalent of like Monster
Oh!
and Red Bull.
Eric and I tried those one time
Yeah.
off mic, and then you yelled at us actually because I think we were still working at the Carolina Shred.
Yeah, we were together. And then I also have the Smash flavored Glitch
Bruh.
Energy, which is the Larry Lur flavor.
Falcon Punch.
Yeah, Falcon Punch.
Yeah, that was the one I was hoping that they were gonna. They sent you a packet of that.
Yeah, but I thought it
Oh,
was weird that
fuck.
they didn't send us the same flavors, you know? How are we supposed to review them together?
Yeah, that was the one I wanted, and then we didn't get that one. I have. What do I still have sitting here? Let's see. I got. Oh, these. I only have the ones that we tried on the podcast. Actually, I drank all the other ones already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Glitch is legitimately great. Oh wait, no. Hang on. What is this one? I
Yeah, I was
have
pleasantly surprised with Glitch.
Tropic Thunder is the only one I have left. Then I have some of that sample tub they sent.
Yeah. Okay, so that is okay, cool. So that answers that question. We have this is from Dave from Tales from the Backlog, which is another fun podcast if you're into video games. A lot of these podcasts I listen to, we're friends. They're very, very cool. So I recommend checking all of these people out. But Dave asks, congrats, what's your favorite deli sandwich?
Ooh, I got a lot to say about this. All right. So, first of all, what I want to say is that most food delivery systems are inferior to sandwiches. Top tier as far as delivering food to your person. I'd say sandwiches top 2. Maybe the only one close to it is pizza, but if you fold a pizza, it just becomes a sandwich. So, again, top tier. Tori's really upset because she hates this, but
For so many goddamn times about sandwiches.
all right, here we go. You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Publix. Any Publix sandwich is fantastic. Doesn't matter which one it is. Pick one off the menu blindly like your Stevie Wonder. Doesn't matter. It's going to be a fucking great time.
Do you remember Chris from Publix?
Chris from Publix. Why does that sound so familiar?
Okay, so story time for all one listener who's still listening
Wait,
to us an hour and a half into this.
I was in this story and I don't remember what the fuck it's about.
Yeah, the two of okay. So we're all working together, and there is a Publix, which for those of you that don't know, it's a grocery store. It's a big supermarket, and they have like you can get fresh food there. Fresh food. They have like a pizza stand, a sushi stand. They had a sandwich stand, and originally we were going to go to like Subway, but it was too far. And Eric stayed at the office because he had work to do, and he was like, "Get me an XYZ sandwich." And we're like, "We're not going to Subway. They don't just have XYZ sandwiches." And then he goes, "Okay, just get me something good." So then we go to Publix, and Chris, the guy behind the counter, we're like, "Okay, our coworker asked for just give me something good. You're the professional. We trust you." And he goes, "You trust me?" And Alex goes, "Fuck my shit up, fam." And Chris goes, "Okay."
I
And
do
this-
remember this.
This man, I swear to God, spends 15, maybe 20 minutes making this sandwich and just throws everything in. And at first he's asking, he's like, "Bologna okay?" We're like, "Sure." He's like, "Is chicken okay?" "Sure." He's like, "Olives." I'm like, "Dude, stop asking. Just put on whatever you want." We gave this man free reign. I'm like, he's doing everything. And then at the end of it, he typed everything into the menu and gave us a printout of what was in it so we could show Eric. And the shit was like, the receipt was like this long. And then we bring it back and there's like seasonings like in the sandwich. There's like seasonings on the bread, like on the outside of the sandwich. And we get back and Eric goes, "What the fuck? This is so good. Can I order it again?" We're like, "No, this man just made it. It's not like it on the menu. You can't just get it."
I remember exactly what I said to this guy now, actually. He was like, "Wait, you guys trust me to do it?" And I was like, "You're the professional here, man. Fuck it up." Like,
Yeah.
You do this for 8 hours a day. I don't know shit. You do your best work.
So on the receipt, it has like the address, it has like the store number and everything. We were so impressed, like 4 days later, I called Publix corporate and I put in not a complaint, but I put in like a customer satisfaction rating, and I gave Chris like all tens. I was like, "This man's amazing. He deserves a raise. I didn't tell him what he did because I wasn't sure if it goes against company policy for him to just like start fucking up sandwiches. But I was just like, it was the most pleasant experience I've ever had in any supermarket, and he deserves a raise. And like, I filled out like a 10 out of 10 sheet for him because I was so impressed with Chris from Publix.
God, that
So
was
impressed you remembered his name. I think that's the most impressive thing.
It was my brother's name, so it's easy to remember.
and we were bullshitting with him the whole time too. So,
And it was also his brother.
but also the brother. Yeah, is your brother
Plot
still a narc?
twist.
Whoa.
Yeah, no, my brother's like a full-on Fed now. He's like got accepted to like the ATF. He's like in federal agency training programs and shit, and he's a fucking Fed. And the thing is, every time I call him a fucking Fed, he thinks it's like a badass like badge of honor. I'm like, "No, dude, I'm trying to use that term as a slur. Be offended by it."
They haven't defunded
Yeah, that's
him
not
yet?
punk rock.
It's not punk rock. And just like so
I love the
what
way
he's
you
doing
said
right
that.
now. So what he's doing right now, he's at the training facility for he's in Georgia for 7 months. The first 4 of those months are just general federal agency training. So ATF, DEA, FBI, any of those like initialisms, they're there. And then the last 3 months is specifically ATF. And don't ask me why, but one of the very first classes he's taking is not like situation de-escalation or like first aid or like how to work within the community. It's an interrogation class, and his interrogation class is being taught by an instructor because it's all the federal agencies. He's from wildlife, like health and safety department, like the type of people who will like pull you over in a boat and be like, "Oh, why are you fishing salmon when they're out of season and not trout when they're in season?" And there's this weird divide of people who are like, "Yeah, he's a Fed. I'll take instruction from him," and the quote unquote real cops who are like, "Why am I gonna take instructions on how to interrogate someone from a deer person? Like, oh, he's gonna interrogate those fish really hard. I'm not gonna listen to him." And there's like this weird like power struggle between the teacher and the students. I'm like, "Fuck you! You're all Feds. You're all cops. I don't know what you want. Just like you all suck." Just
He was cooler
But
when
he's
he was
like-
trying to get onto Survivor.
yeah, he was trying to. That was like his life's goal for a minute, like to get on Survivor. And then that never happened. He's like, "All right, I'm gonna be a narc now." Just
Remember we called your brother to ask him who Henry Rollins was?
yes. Okay.
He didn't know?
No, he knew.
He didn't know
Sort
by
of.
name, but
He knew the band. He knew the band. He didn't know the
he
lead
knew the
singer.
band. And then when I told him he was this actor from this show, he goes, "You're right. He was also in this show." He just didn't know Henry Rollins by name.
Okay.
No. He knew him from the show, and then you were like, he was in this band, and he was like, "Oh yeah, right." I don't think he knew the band, but yeah.
Speaking of, so I'm using my phone for like the video right now. Can you call Eric and put him on speakerphone?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, I would love nothing more than to do that. Are you kidding me right now?
Okay, so while you do that, I'll ask Tom a couple questions from our good friend Tommy, who we know. Tom, question from Tommy: how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
That's a tough one. I think as much wood as a woodchuck could chuck wood.
What's appropriate?
Okay.
Come on.
So he would just max himself out. Okay.
Yeah.
Tom, follow-up question: what
Yeah.
is your favorite smell?
Petrichor.
All right, here we go. Mine's sandalwood.
That's good.
I really like lemongrass.
All right, boys, we're ringing.
Buzzing.
I don't know if you can actually hear my phone or not. He's not going to answer. I know he's not going to.
I hear it. No, he's got it. If I know Eric.
Why does he have a Florida phone number?
He's from Florida.
Florida man.
Yeah, but he's
No,
lived here for like an eternity. Get it together.
No, he's from here. He went to school in Florida, right?
No.
Please leave your message for
This fuckboy.
9.
Oh, let's not dox Eric.
Whoa.
Whoa. I was going to let it play and leave him a message, but then I was like, oh, wait, hold on. Whoa.
We were so close.
Damn. That would have been a dick move.
Only a few numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. So turns out we're still on the deli sandwich question from Dave. So I'm gonna go ahead and Tom knows this place. Double J's was like the local bodega where we went to school, and you go in there and they didn't have like a handwritten menu. Their whole back wall was just filled with 8.5 by 11 pieces of paper that they just typed out, like weird sandwiches that they made, gave it a name, and hung it up. And they were all like New York themed.
They were suggestions actually from customers. Some of them they did themselves. Others, people would say, "Hey, I think you should do this," and if they sold well, they would keep it up on the wall.
Oh, that's fucking
cool. So the biggest Smash tournament I ever ran was this fucking bullshit tournament hosted by a convention which scammed everybody out of their money, which Alex knew from the convention circuit in Florida, who got run out of Florida for scamming everybody out of their money.
Yep.
And it was a 2-day event. First day went super shitty. No one showed up the second day. So the second day was just all of my friends hanging out playing games for fun. And we're sitting around, and I liked to go make my own sandwich. I called it the tabletop, and it was garlic bread with chicken and pepper jack cheese and hot sauce and barbecue sauce, and I think French fries and like some sort of like other types of seasoning. And I was describing that to people at the event, and they're like, "Oh, that sounds really good." So we strategically sent them to Double J's one at a time instead of all of us going at once. And they went up to the counter and asked for the tabletop. And then they go, "What's the tabletop?" So then they then read what I gave them. And I was the 5th person to show up. And after I asked for the tabletop, it was an old Chinese couple. He calls his wife over, and in Chinese, they're trying to figure out where on the wall this tabletop is. And then that was us trying to convince them to put the tabletop as a sandwich on the wall.
All you had to do was hand him a piece of paper called tabletop.
I didn't know that. I came up with this whole scheme.
The scheme was way better than just putting the paper on the wall. Come on, man. You don't get the story out of just doing that.
That was my last year at St. John's. I was like, I might have already graduated. I was only in St. John's for like, I did 4.5 years. So that was like that last half year. And I told my brother the following semester, and he was like, "Dude, you could have just printed it out and handed them the piece of paper to do it." I'm like, "No, there's no story in that."
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go about the Colonel's Army earlier. Our senior year wanted to make a sandwich called Colonel's Army, and I think the closest we all got to agreeing was that it had to have a fried chicken cutlet, and then we couldn't agree on any of the other ingredients, and we never submitted anything.
So shout outs to Double J's. I would also like to give a shout outs to Adams Bagel and Deli on Woodhaven Boulevard in Rego Park. We used to go there, and my favorite sandwich there was the Wild West with no bacon. I believe it was the number 11. So shout out to them. I met up with Mark the other day. Mark stayed over at my house. He had a jiu-jitsu competition. Yeah, Mark Ruffalo had an Atlantic City jiu-jitsu competition. So he drove down from New York, stayed at my house, and then the next day went down to Atlantic City. And Mark Ruffalo stopped at Adams on the way in, ordered me a Wild West no bacon, drove 2 hours to Jersey, and then handed me the sandwich like, "Thanks for having me. Here's what we're having for lunch." And like, he brought me a Wild West no bacon. I was over the moon.
That was nice of him.
It was very nice of him.
called Adams.
That was certainly
not-
a story.
Adams, right?
Yeah, it's on Adams. It's on Woodhaven. Josh, Mark, and I, like, it was across the street from, like, Nicole Kelly. So, like, when we grew up, when we would go drinking, everything was in walking distance. We were just, like, it was 24 hours. And it's fun because there were, like, a couple bars in the neighborhood, and everyone would go there to get drunk food afterwards because it was the only thing that was open. Alex with the camera on. That's what's up.
Oh,
So then-
shit, yeah.
So then, like, it was always fun because, like, you never knew who you would run into coming from other bars drunk at 3 a.m. That was, like, that was the communal meetup spot for it.
It was like the double J's of that area.
Yeah, it was the double J's of that area. So
Absolutely.
Dave, fantastic question. Thank you for asking that. We have 3 more questions. This one, it's either sweet or disturbing, depending what it was. But this is from Lego Kinbaku Fan 12, and they ask, what's the last text you sent to your mom?
My mom uses Discord now, so I don't ever text her anymore.
Okay, so what's the last Discord message you sent your mom?
I'm scared to open up my other Discord because now who knows? Let's see. We have like a family Discord.
Okay, the last text I sent her, it was yesterday at 6:14. All it says was, love you too.
Let's see. I've
Sunday-
got road trip starts
Sunday,
tonight,
9:30.
Texas
There
bound.
you go. Are you in Texas?
No, I live in South
No,
Carolina. My
they
mom
are?
was in Florida.
Oh.
She's just going to Texas.
Sunday, I said, I have a game tomorrow at 7:30. I'll be home for dinner.
See, if you're watching the stream, you can see basically all of the Discord messages between my family.
That's so sweet. If you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, we will send you the invite link to join Alex's family Discord. Tell them how much you like the show. Tell them to listen.
If you donate to our Patreon, $5 and up, you can get Eric's phone number.
Okay, so that was from Lego Kinbaku Fan 12. Thank you for that question. We have 2 more
Where did we
questions.
submit this AMA? Where are people putting their
Yeah,
questions?
where is this from?
I had it on Twitter, so people would either put it on there. Some people DM'd me. Some people hit me up on Discord. But most of these are from Twitter, except for this one. This one, it's a 2-parter. 1, what's Hannah been up to? 2, how has Mike adjusted to being single again? And it's from Hannah.
They're both from Hannah?
They're both from Hannah, and she wanted me to let everyone know this is how I found out she's breaking up with me. So, breaking news! I guess I'm a single man again.
Who gets the
Cool.
house?
Fun story. I'm gonna get into it. Fun story. Right at the start of the pandemic, something happened, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I am making the monthly payments for the house because I'm the only one with the job because Hannah was in school for 2 years. Fun story, she's starting her first job in her field with her master's degree in 2 weeks in September doing what she wants, which is very exciting. But we discussed when we moved how I was going to pay for the house for the 2 years while she was in school, and then when she got a job, we could like figure out who's paying for stuff. That's not important now. But so the house is in her name, exclusively in her name, but we have it in the clause that if she dies, it gets passed to me and I don't have to buy it. But I'm paying for it.
All right. So when are you going to kill her?
Well, it doesn't matter now. He's single, so he has no reason
Yeah.
not to.
But like we were talking to Josh, who like does mortgage stuff and shit, and he was saying, like, if you're a first time home buyer, you get like a better percentage on like money down when buying a house. And he was like, dude, put it under Hannah's name, add you as like a dependent or whatever the fuck it is that you're living there, but it's not under your name. And then when you move, the next house you put under your name in its entirety, and then again you get the better discount rate or like the better percentage for money down. And then if you buy a house a third time, you're fucked at that point. But because there's 2 of you, you can cheat the system and get like the lower money down both times if you do it 1 and 1. So that's what we did.
So when's this guy's prison sentence up?
No, it's
This is what they teach you in RA?
yeah, it's what they teach us in RA.
You could just try not having shit credit. I hear that helps too.
Yeah, I mean, that was like, we don't need to get into my credit right now. This is something we need to worry about.
Oh yeah, this isn't financial advice with fucking Alex over here.
Long story short, my credit is now perfect again. Long story short, there was a little middle section where my credit wasn't too good because of shit out of my control because of COVID, but that got sorted out. But it happened right at the time we were buying a house, and it really fucked with me. But now we're good to go.
It's all right. When I was trying to go back to school, I found out that my ex-wife took out a student loan in my name for $12,000+ that I didn't know about, and it never came up when I was trying to buy my house. It only came up when I tried to go back to school, and I was like, "Oh, well, that would have been fucking nice to know." So I was supposed to go to school for free, and now I'm paying out of pocket. So that's been fun.
That's fun.
Yeah, I have to file an appeal for fraud, and once that goes
Really?
through, once that goes through, I get my money back for the free tuition that I'm paying for now. So hopefully that works itself out soon because times are tough. But
Okay, but I guess I'm the only one who can answer that. What's Hannah been up to? She was in grad school. That's why we moved to Jersey. She went to grad school in Philly, got her master's degree in speech language pathology. She starts a job in speech language, being a speech therapist next month in 2 weeks. She's officially like certified and shit, which is very exciting. And how am I adjusting to being a single man? Awful. I haven't needed to date anyone in almost a decade at this point. I don't know how to talk to people, so I don't know. Awful. Long story short. So thank you for that question, Hannah. I really appreciate you contributing to this podcast.
I feel like, oh god, I fucked up the stream. I feel like you'd be good at being a single guy. As weird as that sounds.
I see. I don't know. I would just like never leave my house, and I would just spend the whole like. I don't have anyone to entertain. I don't have anyone I need to impress. I'm gonna spend the whole day watching obscure movies from like 1930s France, and just
Sounds a lot
never
like
leave
you
my apartment.
not single.
Yeah, but that sounds lit. And also, it's not like you have a problem meeting people, so like you'd be fine.
No, that's the whole thing. I have like a major problem meeting people because now that I'm driving a truck, I'm literally the only employee for the company. I don't have any coworkers, and like there's no Smash tournaments in my area because of COVID. So like I'm not meeting anyone.
Wait, there's still no Smash tournaments going on there?
Like it's also just like where I am. They just started them up. I've been to one, but like the two they've had since, just like shit hasn't worked out that I've been able to go. But they're literally 12 minutes from my house.
Oh,
They were
nice.
also sting operations. They didn't actually end up playing the game.
They're just there to catch child predators.
Yeah, it's just
Makes sense.
Did you hear?
This is a great honeypot.
Yeah, did you hear about the new reboot that Disney Plus is doing for To Catch a Predator? They go around the country going to Smash tournaments.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about maybe going back to playing Ultimate because they have the weeklies at Winthrop.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Ultimate's so shitty.
You will never catch me playing Ultimate competitively outside of just like playing with friends casually online. But
We haven't
speaking of
done that
Ultimate,
in like years.
no, dude, I played Ultimate literally twice since the pandemic started.
Same. Yeah, I haven't played really either. But I think
I played.
if I do play some Ultimate, I'm moving
Duck
my
Hunt's overpowered.
time to start playing Steve.
And I was gonna ask you, what are your thoughts on Steve? Fucking Onin won SmashCon and like
Saw
Akola
that.
massing up Japan, everyone.
So here's my take on that, since I know nobody cares about my take on this. If they're not going to ban Steve, which it seems like they're probably not going to, everybody should start playing it just like they did with Bayo, like right now. Like not tomorrow, yesterday. Let's start playing Steve, because the shit's turning into Smash 4 again.
Yeah, I've seen there's. Yeah, continue.
The only thing that I worry about, though, is that does Sakurai have another Smash game in him? Or is this it?
I don't know, but even if he does, it'll be at least 7 years before the next one comes out.
Yeah, because if this is it, times are dark.
We have the better part of a decade to hang out with Steve.
Yeah, I think they should probably ban Steve, but they don't seem to agree, even though nobody's figured out how to fucking beat him. So,
for everybody listening, if you're fed up with Steve, you don't want to play him, you don't want to fight him, you think Ultimate, like the current state of Ultimate sucks, it does. Stop playing, play Melee instead. Simple solution.
don't even play Melee. Start playing Project M. Fuck it.
Yeah, Project M
Nintendo.
is the most punk rock fighting game in existence.
Hell yeah.
Darkstalkers has a literal, like, British punk rock skeleton zombie bullshit. He's just like Johnny Rotten resurrected from the grave, or like Joe Strummer. No,
Not as punk
Project M
rock.
is more punk rock. Project M is so punk rock that when they plan for tournaments, they anticipate Nintendo shutting them down. They have a secondary venue already booked under a different name to run a secret tournament across the street from the other venue to make sure their shit is clean. Go support Project M.
Subterranean.
Project
They're
Plus.
not even grassroots anymore.
No.
Buried and dead. Oh man, there's people walking around. Oh. Dude,
I
my
I
Yeah,
dad's
downloaded
fucking fast.
Multiverses today.
Oh, what did you think of Multiverses?
I just
It's
downloaded it.
multiplayer. It's free. We can all play it together.
I haven't
We should.
played it yet. I just randomly downloaded it. Yeah, I'd be down to play.
It's fun. I don't think it's good, but it's fun. Like,
Yes, it's not good. It's fun and it's free, which is great.
wait, Tom, do you want to become a top 10 player in Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion with us?
I think it would be top 3.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I like it.
Hell yeah! As long as you don't play Samurai Jack, you're already in contention.
I'm in.
So the
Yeah, he's a
running
good
joke
character.
is there's only 9 active players for the game, so everybody will be top 10. That's easy pickings. Top 3, you might need to practice, but we're both top 10 players. We can train you.
Yeah.
I think you guys streamed playing that once, right? Something like that?
Tournament, yeah, I think so.
We tried to, at least, like at the start of the pandemic.
I was watching that on Twitch, I think.
Yeah. Now, Alex, while we have you here,
Yeah.
what'll it take for you to be on an episode of 0-2 Heroes where you and I play, review, and discuss Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion?
Like, I don't know, like an enthusiastic hand job and a time and date. Yeah, there
2
you
weeks from now.
go. Sure. Ideally on a Monday, if possible.
Okay, I could probably swing a Monday. Yeah, but I feel like I've...
Oh,
Are we-
yeah! We found it.
Oh, the birds aren't real posting? Yeah.
It's a flag, dude.
My crazy hair. Hi.
Yeah, that's exciting. I need to hang that up still. Cruz got it for me like for my birthday, and I still haven't
Nice.
hung it up yet. I was gonna hang it outside, but it's not really an outdoor flag, so I don't want it to get destroyed. So But yeah,
looking at
on
the,
Monday.
yeah, continue. On Monday, okay, I'll hit you up about doing another episode of that.
I think I have to
Um,
re-download it because isn't the net play like a certain? They have a special.
Yeah, it's a specific dolphin build or something silly like that.
What's your
Okay.
interest in joining Mightiest Quack and pretending to be the show creator?
What are you talking about? I am the show creator.
Nailed it. All right.
Okay.
Sound
Yeah, it was my
speeds.
idea.
We're
Come on.
rolling. This
Sound
sound
speeds
speeds
roll. Does anybody need any water?
Oh god, what's happening?
I don't know.
I thought he was gonna start like doing a duck call or something.
I thought we were doing the Geno bit.
I was transitioning this into a Mightiest Quack episode now.
Okay, if Alex didn't show up because he just stopped responding to messages for 2 weeks, I was gonna transition this into a who's cooking dinner episode.
Do I do that? I've never done that. That's more of an Eric thing.
So I texted you 3 weeks ago and I was like, anniversary, are you available to stay? And you're like, yeah. And then I tried to like hammer down like time, what do you want to do, blah blah blah. Never got a response to that. And then Alex had to not Alex, Tom had to like at you in the Discord twice, which you did not respond to. And Tori goes, don't worry, I'll make sure he's there.
Yeah, that's generally how it has to go. You have to go through my manager. I get too many DMs otherwise.
But so I'm gonna do an episode of 0 and 2 Heroes with Alex and Tom. Not only are you the most listened to spin-off podcast, I had a tweet one time that said every like this tweet gets, we'll do another episode. We have to do at least 7 more episodes of Mightiest Quack.
That's a lot.
Okay. How many episodes?
That is a lot.
are there?
That's half as many as we have.
So the whole thing, there was going to be 13 episodes in its entirety. We already did one. That will put us to 8 out of 13 episodes of the Mighty Quack.
When are we going to do the Sonic Underground podcast that we were going to do?
Okay, so hear me out. This is what I was thinking. We could either finish the Mighty Quack, and then when we're done with that, season 2, we just pick another extreme 90s cartoon, or we kind of pivot that podcast to only cover the pilots of obscure 90s cartoons. I don't know how much you want to commit to ducks or how much you want to commit to hedgehogs, or if you want it to be like rotating.
I feel like we'd run out of them pretty quick, right?
Okay, so do 13 episodes of Ducks and then move on to Sonic Underground?
What if we did, instead of doing a podcast for it, what if we like live commentated over us watching it at the same time? For like the YouTubes, because I hear you can get away from copyright infringement if you're just like reacting to it. So
Like Mystery Science Theater 3000 style?
yeah, dog, it's fair use.
That would be fun.
I feel like we should be doing that with Smash tournaments. I feel like we have missed our calling. Because remember our failed Smash podcast that we did, how it was dog shit because we were taking it too seriously?
And you find that fucking MP3?
I couldn't find it. It's gone.
Oh,
I think it was on the laptop and never made it onto the flash drive. And then
yes, that's exactly what
wiped the
happened.
laptop. I think I wiped the laptop with that on it.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. That's probably for the best anyway.
Mm.
Oh, we're upside down again?
I have to put it upside down for me to charge my phone. I'm at 5%, so.
Oh, yeah, right. I can't. Well, actually, I could do that technically. Hold on.
Also, Tom needs to turn auto rotate off on his phone. Swipe up, turn off rotate, and then flip your phone upside down.
This isn't what I don't think this is going to work the way I want it to.
Tom, put some
It's
pants
gonna
on.
fall. Oh, God. Tom, put your wiener away.
Now, we only have one question left for the AMA, and this is from medium-sized Rudy Giuliani, the red-nosed reindeer. And
These names have been on point.
okay, so I can break this down. Medium-sized Rudy he's a character from Bob's Burgers. Rudy Giuliani, he is the world's mayor. And then Rudy, short for Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. The name all makes sense. But
I would have never got there if it weren't for that explanation. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah, so he was mayor of New York City after 9/11, and he did such a good job at the time of like getting everybody together and organizing it. Newspapers dubbed him the world's mayor because he did such a good job handling like a worldwide catastrophe. And then I remember there was a whole power struggle between him and Mayor Bloomberg, who came up after him. He was like, because 9/11 happened in September, they were still dealing with the aftermath when the election happened in November, and like he had his 2 terms. He wasn't running again. But like after Bloomberg got elected in November, he was like, hey, I'm in the middle of handling 9/11. Because of this tragedy, can we push the inauguration back from January to like March or April and just give me 2 more months to finish all of the shit that I've laid down these last 4 months? And Bloomberg was like, no, fuck that. I am mayor starting today. So that's how he got the nickname the world's mayor, because he was mayor during 9/11. But
He was generally pretty well liked too.
he was. I watched it. I believe it was by Vox. I watched a whole video on how he was well liked until he started working for Trump and went off the deep end. But that's like neither here. That's not an energy drink podcast.
Stay away, Q.
We can start our own politics podcast.
The only politics we spread here, the birds aren't real.
Birds aren't real. And their question is, what's your dream blunt rotation?
I got props
Featuring-
too.
No, dude. What's your dream blunt rotation featuring only other podcasters?
Ooh.
Okay, so I'm gonna go you and 3 other people for a total of 4 people in the blunt rotation.
Okay, I want Sandwich Boy. I definitely want Sandwich Boy. Obviously, Cruz is number 1, but I want Sandwich Boy in the mix somewhere.
No. Podcasters only. They have to host their own podcast.
Fuck you, Cruz is on our podcast. That counts, right?
He's not a podcaster. He's been a guest twice.
Yeah, was it? Oh yeah, it was only twice.
Okay, dream blunt rotation featuring only other podcasters is the exact verbiage.
Only other podcasters. I don't know any other
Bruce
podcasters.
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. Okay.
Wait, doesn't
He has one with Obama, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's
Actually-
that active, or did they just announce that and we're like, this is a bad idea?
No,
Mark-
it's a Spotify exclusive. They have like multiple seasons.
And
Mark
they're
Maron.
still doing it?
I believe so. Okay. So you have Bruce Springsteen, you have Mark Maron.
Yeah, Mark
I
Maron for
want
sure.
Bruce Springsteen.
I'm going to add John Gabris, host of the Gino Lombardo Show, and High and Mighty is my first guest. So each have 1.
Who's the chick from I'm Your Daddy? What's her name? I can never remember her name. Thank you, Mikey. I see you looking it up over there.
Yeah, you
No.
know.
His foot was just itchy.
I'm Your Daddy. Let's see here. Nope, the first thing to come up is Weezer.
Yeah, I want Rivers Cuomo on my podcast.
Oh, it's called Call Her Daddy.
Or Call Her Daddy. Yeah.
Call Her Daddy.
What's her name?
Host of Alex Cooper.
Alex Cooper. That's right.
All right, so you're up to 2.
Yeah, she's in the circle.
Okay.
All right, fuck it. This is gonna sound super lame, but I'm just gonna put Joe Rogan in the circle.
I saw that coming.
He's probably bringing the weed. Like,
Yeah. He's gonna bring a cigar-sized blunt to the party.
right? Yeah, and Elon Musk might show up. That'd be dope. Like, I mean, yeah, those are my 3.
Okay, I think I have my 3. I'm gonna go. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be John Gabris, Jason Mantzoukas from How Did This Get Made, and I'm gonna go indie. I'm gonna throw in Red Fox from Night of the Living podcast and the Drunken Gamers podcast
First, great question.
because he seems like he likes to fucking party. He'll be chill to smoke weed with, and he's in Philly. He's like a 15-minute drive from me. So if out of all 3 of them, he seems like an easy guest. I can like, yo, let's smoke something.
Mikey, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How often do you go into Philly to just like eat?
We're doing that more often now that Hannah's out of grad school. When she was in
Yeah.
grad school, she was
Follow-up
super
question.
busy. Yes.
Have you ever had a Philly steak?
Yes, a Philly steak
Okay.
sandwich? Yes.
Yeah.
The world famous Philly, not the Philly cheesesteak for people at home, a Philly steak sandwich where it's bread and slabs of meat and nothing else. Yes. And I've
They
had
make 'em
them
at Steve's.
delivered. I've had them delivered directly to my house. We didn't even have to go to Philly for them.
Yeah, they make those at Steve's. I had one too, actually, while I was there, thinking it was a
But
cheesesteak
then-
and finding out it wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah, we
How do you
made the
mention
same.
we?
Now, okay, fine. It was okay. I'm the one who put the Grubhub order in, but then
For like 8 people.
it was the whole squad. Tom, do you know the name of the pizzeria in Huntington that when we stay at
Little
our friend's house,
Vincent's.
Vincent's, and their whole thing is like, yo, you got to put some cold cheese on top of this,
Yeah.
and that'll make the pizza better. That's what we did to the to the Philly steak. We ordered the classic Philly steak, no cheese, and then we added cold cheese on top of it for my fridge.
The
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah, Mike Mess ordered through Grubhub or something cheesesteaks, but didn't select the cheese option. So we all got just a foot long of steak. And everyone opened it up and was like, "Where's the cheese in our cheesesteak?" And then Mike went back and checked the receipt and realized the mistake he made.
So the issue was on the menu, they had Philly steaks and Philly cheesesteaks. And 9 times out of 10, when you see Philly steak, it's just like a Philly cheesesteak. So I said, fuck it. That was the first thing to come up on the Grubhub menu. So I ordered and it was the first time everybody came to my new house, like to experience Philly and stuff. Like after we had to wait till everybody got their shots, and then we all hung out and we
No,
ordered that.
this was before that. We were in the backyard. We were all social.
Oh, and we were
Distancing.
social distancing. So this was, we moved in July. I think everybody came down October, but we had to hang out in the backyard. So I remember it got cold and we ran out of firewood and the Philly cheesesteaks had no cheese. And Alyssa goes, "It's cold. We have no cheese. Time to go home. I'm leaving. I'm not
It's the end of the party.
anymore."
No
Yeah.
cheese? Fuck this party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only experience I have with cheesesteak is like they don't even fucking ask questions. Really, it's whiz with, whiz without, or get out of the fucking way. Like,
Yeah.
so that's kind of weird that even happens to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. But so I'm gonna pull up these stats real quick. But I believe, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna open up Anchor episodes. So this live episode that we're doing right now is
Mhm.
episode 22 of the Big Drink Energy podcast. So
Oh, that's a lot.
yeah,
That
so we've done 22 episodes over 3 years, which comes to about 7 episodes a year, which is honestly
Not bad.
better than I expected. It's like 1 episode every month and a half, which I'm chilling. I'll take that.
See, I
but,
feel like if you'd still lived here and we worked together still, we would have gone way too hard and it would have been stupid and
Oh.
burned out.
Yeah, like if we worked together, we would have done this shit weekly and both died of like caffeine-induced heart attacks at this point.
I would have probably died of dysentery. You probably would have gotten killed by Hannah.
Yeah. But so going forward, now that we have the original co-host, our newest co-host, and Eric, who in typical Eric fashion didn't even answer the call, where do you want to see the podcast going? Like, what do you want to do for the next episode or what do you want to do for year 4? Let me ask it that way.
I guess I get to go first since I was here first, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right. I want to do BDE live,
Okay.
like at either your or my fucking house.
Yeah.
At some point, I want to go. I mean, mostly I want to go to Philly. I know you live. You don't live in Philly. You live in like Camden, right?
Yeah, I live. It's literally. What's up?
It's very close to Philly.
Yeah, it's literally a 12-minute drive to Philly. Last time Hannah and I went to a concert, it took more time to drive around and look for parking than it did to actually drive to the venue.
Yeah. So I want to do that because like I have really good memories in Philly. I had some of the best soup dumplings I ever had in my life in Philly. Went to
Nice.
Tony Dinnick's. Fucking just all of Reading Terminal was amazing.
Yeah,
Like to do
Reading
that
is
again.
aces.
Yeah. So more than just wanting to come hang out with you, I want to go back to Philly, and that'd be a good excuse to do both. So
Okay.
preferably in the winter because I'm a fat guy and I don't do well in the heat. So
Yeah.
yeah, probably like I don't know, sometime in the spring maybe. But
So Tom,
plus I'll be
winter or
graduating.
spring?
So
Yeah. So when Alex is done with school and he comes to Philly, you want to come down to Philly the same day and we can hit up the city and then do an episode?
Yeah,
I
We'll
know
tell
all
them
the spots,
all.
baby.
we'll try to. We'll tell a bar, oh yeah, we're gonna record a podcast. You'll get like a huge audience. We'll sell tickets, and it'll just be us three.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. There was this bar that we had went to during the bachelor party where we were just the only ones in this fucking bar. It was like this little dive corner bar, and I don't know if anyone else even realized it was there. We had the whole place to ourselves the whole night. I wish we had recorded a podcast there. I wonder if I could find it again.
We found a nice empty bar the time we visited last, Mike, and the bartender was doing
And we went.
character. He was doing a character of an Instagram account I follow, and I didn't have it in my heart to tell him I know what he's doing. Old time hockey. He's a guy that's like, "Hey, buddy, how's it going?" And he like lives in a cabin, and like he has a dog and a mustache, and he was a guy with a mustache, and we talk
Yeah.
like this.
Canada
Hello,
man.
buddy. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
are you talking about the bartender who we went to like you walk on the first floor. We went to the second floor, and he was making fun of us because in Philly people say "whisper down the lane" instead of playing telephone. That guy.
He was making fun of us. He was
Whisper
making fun
down
of
the
Hannah,
lane.
which I guess is why you're single now. You can defend her.
Yeah. No, I was like, you're right. Whisper down the lane.
Yeah.
You're stupid. It's called telephone.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hannah breaking up with Mikey finally. Good call.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It was a long run.
Yeah, shoutouts to Hannah for breaking up with me live on air. That's
Over
prime
text.
podcast quality content.
Damn. I thought she was going to do it during episode 2, so I mean, to have made it this far is impressive, really.
Looking back on it, I don't know if I should be surprised or not how many episodes have just been, we're recording, oh, this person walked in? Because Hannah and our neighbor Amber at the time, they were both guests on episode 2. Because they lived close, they walked up with their dogs and just like we were mid-episode and they hopped on.
Yep.
And that's how Biggie Pauls came on. That's how Steve-O came on. That's how Sean, Amber's brother, came on. He was just like, it was originally you, me, and Tori doing an episode, and he finished his route and just like, oh, you guys are doing a podcast? I'm like, you're going home. You're going to be in an apartment by yourself.
What?
And I know this because we're neighbors, and your roommate's not home yet because it's 3 p.m. You're doing this podcast with us, and then I will drive you home together.
So was Ryan's nephew like one of the few people who asked us to be on the podcast? Because I feel like everyone else just walked in.
Yeah. So Kyler asked to be on the podcast. Ryan from Listoff, he found the Elden Ring energy drink, and we were both like, "Yo, if you get this, I'll get this, and then we can do it together." So that was a thing. I think we offered the position to Tom because he was our only fan at the time, but I also don't know if Tom, being the only fan at the time, was like, "I would love to be on at some point," or if, so I don't know which way
I don't
that
remember which
invite
happened.
went.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't remember.
I remember the episode we found out that he was subbed to the Patreon, and I was like, yeah, he's now the host. And I didn't know
Yeah,
that
for
was
the-
a premonition. Like,
Yeah.
I also remember finding
the
out that
$1
Patreon's a monthly subscription, not a one-time donation. And then canceling.
'Cause I texted Tom like 3 weeks into it, and I was like, "Dude, your like subscription's gonna renew in like 4 days. Are you like gonna give us $12 a year, or is it a one-off $1 thing?" He's like, "Oh no, you guys are worth 99 cents, nothing more. I'm deleting my subscription."
I
But
mean,
then
that's fair.
the wildest thing, like 7 months ago, like when we had a backlog and I was using them and we were super active, we had 2 subscribers on Patreon, and they were not our friends. They were like people who listened to the show. And then at that point, like I had nothing on Patreon. I'm like, shit, now we need to actually like do Patreon content to make it worth their $1 sub.
Where's my cut, Mikey? I never saw a dime, by the way.
I deleted the Patreon because everybody left, and then there was nothing on it. So
I'm gonna break your fucking knees if you don't give me my money.
So with the amount of money that Patreon took, I believe we made 71 cents on the dollar. And I believe it was a $1 sub for 2, maybe 3 months. And then it was a $2 sub for 2 months.
Where's my
So I can
32
work
cents,
that-
Mikey?
Yeah, that's 3. That's 7. 7 times 7, 4, 9. Okay, so I owe you about $4.60.
I plan to collect.
But when you come to Philly, first round of beers is on me, and we'll call it even.
Deal.
The
Yeah.
first half pint's on Mike.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say we're gonna go to like a nice city bar. It's gonna be $7 beers.
Oh yeah. Oh no, the city bars are the cheap ones, man. We were out in Fishtown getting fucking just shanked by people and also getting ripped off for beers. So oh god, Tom has some shit to say about Fishtown. I said Fishtown, he went, ugh.
No, I liked you getting shanked by people.
Oh, you know, that's how it felt out there. You were one step away from a stabbing at any possible moment. Of course, we got places like that here in Charlotte too, so yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna do at least one more episode of the Mighty Quack with Tom. We're gonna do one more episode of Own Two Heroes with Alex. I want to start introducing character work, but I don't know which show to bring it in. I have a couple characters I want to do voices for.
Who's
Which
cooking
would be
dinner?
the best show?
I mean,
Who's
start
cooking dinner?
another show.
Who's cooking dinner? Okay, I was thinking that too. And Tom and I were discussing Who's Cooking Dinner. That is our improv variety podcast. I started listening to Freedom this morning, and I thought, okay, I want Who's Cooking Dinner to be this. And we're originally the three chefs. It's the two of us and our friend Mark. But Mark doesn't do a lot of podcasts right now, so I'm trying to figure out, do we invite him and just plan around his schedule, or do we make the running gag of, oh, Mark, so what do you think? Yeah, Mark, great answer. And just like there's silence, and then it would be fucking hysterical. Or did you say it's a new person each week?
Yeah.
We invited. I'm just imagining us like getting together, like in Brooklyn, having Andrew on the mic, and he. Actually, that's an awful example. We have Josh on the mic, and Josh keeps talking about like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and we just call Josh Mark the entire episode. He was like, no, guys, I'm Josh. We're like, yeah, Mark, that's what we said. And we just like they're not in on the
Don't
bit,
fill
but
them in
every
on it,
guest
yeah.
is just named Mark. Yeah.
Well, Mikey, I can tell you're up past your bedtime. You're usually like way up here, but right now you're like here, which is very noticeable because the volume's usually so high. You know,
Yeah.
you're not
Well, it's
talking with
also
your
because-
hands as much.
It's because, okay, one, I had to turn the humidifier off in the basement, otherwise the noise is too loud when recording. So it's really, really hot in here, which is why I have my sleeves rolled up. But also, I'm doing my headphones and not my good mic, which is why why I'm not very loud. But
Yeah.
I was also going to say, we've been live for over 2 hours now, so I think it's time to wrap it up.
Let's go. All right, we'll
Does
do the
anybody
plug.
anybody have anything they want to get out there before we do plugs? Anything anybody wants to address before plugs, or just get right into wrapping it up?
I don't know. Use our glitch promo code. Glitch is great. Buy some Larry Lure stuff. What is it again? Falcon Punch, right?
Yeah, Falcon Punch is the official Smash flavored energy drink. BDE Pod to save 10% at checkout.
I'm gonna buy
Watch-
some probably next week.
Watch The Rehearsal on HBO Max.
I heard that's really fucking good.
The best show of the year.
Follow our Twitch channel because apparently that's a thing that we do now. I guess we might.
Did you ever go to Alligator Land with us in Brooklyn? It had the pizza.
Yeah, that's the
And
one with the
pizza
pizza. Yeah,
karaoke.
yeah. I was going to say, like, we went there back when I was still living in New York. Like, I haven't been there since I moved, like, even before the Carolinas. But yeah, I went there in college with you guys.
Shout out to Mike's dad.
Mr.
No,
Mesa.
Senior table.
I guess.
Let's see. Is there such thing as an anti shout out?
It's a call out instead of like yo, check this out because it's awesome. We're like, yo, fuck Help Energy, who officially blocked us on Twitter because
Did he?
yes, so he blocked us on Instagram, and I kept calling him out on Twitter trying to see if I can get that block. And eventually, he posted a whole thing, and he's like, yeah, I'm using this can distributor, and they're like shafting me because they don't have cans. And I'm like, yeah, there's an aluminum shortage, you fucking moron. Of course they're shorting you. And he goes, I know about that. I'm in the industry. I'm like, and then he called me like an idiot, but he used the wrong form of your. And he was like, watch it, because I'm going to add you to my list after these can guys. And I'm like, one, if you're going to call someone an idiot, spell it right, you fucking moron. Two, oh man, I'm so afraid of big, bad, scary internet man. Put me on his list. And that finally blocked me after I literally tagged him one day and just said, fuck you. Like, I would just randomly tag him in posts. I was like, yo, fuck Help Energy. And that didn't warrant a block until I said, oh man, I'm so afraid of the scary internet list man.
Fuck Caffeine Man too.
Fuck Caffeine Man. Fuck Bang. Fuck Jack O'Walk.
Fuck Energy.
And the whole energy drink world is fucked up. Just listen to us and no one else.
Very on brand. I mean,
Wait, Tom, what's up?
I feel like there's a certain type of person that drinks these
There's a
things.
certain
And
type of person that manufactures them, and they're all the same person, as it turns out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
And
all
Mike
like
keeps getting into beefs with them on Twitter.
they're weird CEOs in Florida. So
Yeah, they're all like
so-
strange chemical peddlers from South Florida.
yeah. Someone used this term to describe the band Camp Trash, and I've now taken it to describe myself as
they're a real band, and I'm in it.
yeah, they are a real band. I'm also in it, but someone described them as eternally online, and that's how I describe myself. Because I don't have many friends in Philly because I work by myself. Just like we're in the process of like how do adults make friends? Like I don't have coworkers to talk to. How do adults make friends? So I'm eternally online. Yeah. So I'm like I made a bunch of like podcasting friends. I'm on Twitter and shit. So I'm just like constantly getting into beefs with these people. So fuck all of them.
Mikey, you know how you make friends?
How?
You go out into the world and you talk to people, or you play Magic the Gathering, but then you just meet people like yourself.
Yeah.
Which
And,
might
like-
be perfect for you. It's kind of like if you get a puppy and you want them to wear them out, you just run them around with another puppy.
Yeah.
So that might not be a bad thing for you.
They only just started Smash tournaments in June, so I'm gonna start going to them. They're like relatively new in where I am.
Is it
But,
run by that guy that randomly found me on Wings? That was like, oh yeah, I know your buddy
No.
Mike. It's not that
No,
guy,
that's
right?
like
Moosh?
no, that's like some weird dude from Philly. This is a South Jersey one, and like Moosh
Yeah.
is like randomly beefing with like the South Jersey TOs, and the South Jersey TOs are like, "Fuck off, man. We have nothing to do with you. Just like we're in a different state. Leave us be. You're an hour away from us. Piss off." But whatever.
He seemed pretty
Um,
weird when I talked to him too. So
Yeah, he is. He unfollowed me on Twitter, which works because I never followed him to begin with. But Tom, your image disappeared. Are you still there? Do you have anything to plug? You want to tag your socials or anything?
Yeah, I was plugging The Rehearsal by Nathan Fielder.
Oh, for the rehearsal? Okay.
shout out to Claude Collins,
Shout outs to Sideways Hat Claude.
Sideways Hat
Wait.
Claude.
Alex, I have
What?
the finished version of the only episode of Shred White and Blue. Do I put that on the official BDE feed just to get into the world?
Dude, you know what the best part about that is though? Have you seen that cringy ass shit that Brandon and
That Brandon's putting out?
Brandon and what's his face, the fucking Ray Berry are putting
Ray
out now?
Berry.
Yeah,
the
your
dean of Shred
favorite
School.
guy, your buddy, fucking Ray Berry. Ugh. Yeah, fuck Ray Berry.
So should I put out Shred White and Blue? Like it's done. I could just upload it to the RSS feed, and even if no one listens to it, at least it's out there.
We should make a parody of it and then post it to their LinkedIn. What are they gonna do? They can't stop us. Like, shit, we know more about the industry than Ray Berry.
Yeah.
You've at least been in a shred truck. What can Ray say?
On my end, if you've made it fucking 2 hours into this, I'm sure you're already following us on Twitter at BDE Pod. You already subscribed to us on everything. You know me. I'm at Mikey Tabletop. I would like to say, this last Tuesday, I recorded an episode with Rick Firestone, who was in Twitch chat from Pixel Project Radio about fighting games. We talk Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear, Smash, Multiverses, Nick All-Star Brawls, all of that good shit. That episode is dropping this Saturday, the 20th, on all available podcast platforms, so listen to that.
Send it to me when it comes out.
Of course, tomorrow night, I'm doing a live podcast episode from Ryan from Listoff. He and Brian are going to be talking about the top 5 things we want video games to do in the future, or like we want the industry to do. So that's going to be live tomorrow, and it hits all podcast platforms on Monday. You might be wondering, why are we not plugging our own show? We have nothing scheduled for a new episode, so whenever it comes out in the next 7 months, I'll give you the deets on that. But we have
Right.
nothing planned at the moment.
Plus, those shows are good. Ours sucks. So
Yeah, I'm very happy at this point transitioning from podcast host to full-time podcast guest. If I could do that, perfect situation.
what was it? Subscribe to us or don't. We don't give a shit.
Yeah, subscribe to us or don't. It's not like we don't
don't
give
care.
a shit.
That
But
has never changed.
It hasn't changed. But what has changed is that we have like listeners, we have like fans now, we have like friends who enjoy the show, which I still 3 years into this, I think is super weird when I open up the podcast app to upload a new episode, and the listener count is not 1, which was Tom. We're like granted, double digits is not a lot, but it's more than what we expected when we did this in the fucking garage of our warehouse. So I think that's super cool. So
It's all thanks to Tom.
it's all thanks to Tom for putting that good word out there. But legitimately, like, thank you for everybody who listens. It's like weird that we have fans, but we appreciate you putting up with us rambling for 2 hours every 7 months. So
yeah, let's do it again real soon. Not 7 months from now. Let's do it before that.
Yes, I very much enjoyed this episode. Let's all get together, do more energy drinks, and then we can record an episode on.
If I have to show up in Eric's house to get him to be on an episode, I will. So let me work on that.
Great. Yeah, just show up at his house one day with a microphone and call me.
I'll commit a B&E if I have to. It's fine.
And my ranking list, this is number 1 for me.
We got to get this man a Venom.
He had
This
Venom.
is the only one I had tonight. This episode,
it's ranked one.
Oh, that's also his Voltron can too, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I'm gonna rank Arizona over ginger ale and bourbon. Arizona's aces. It can't be beat.
I crushed my can and threw it in the garbage already, so rip that can. But Baja Blast, what's up?
Good call. Well, thank you for all of you assholes who listened to over 2 hours of this on 4 different Twitch streams because none of our computers worked. We appreciate it. We will see you around for the next episode and for the next however many years we do this.
I'm going to bed. See ya.
Peace. Thank you.
Sorry, Mom.
Bye, Tom.